Here is a question. A machine has a rotating shaft, moderate speed, heavy radial load, slight axial load, wet environment, tight housing space. Which bearing do you select? Most engineers pause at this question, not because they lack knowledge, because nobody ever gave them a clear selection framework. 8 questions. 6 you ask every time. 2 you ask when your machine demands them. Answer them in order, and any selection becomes a straight line. Question 1. What load does this bearing carry? Direction first. Radial load only, cylindrical roller bearing. Axial load only, thrust bearing. Combined radial and axial, deep groove ball bearing or tapered roller bearing. Then ask how much. Every bearing has a dynamic load rating. Compare your actual load against it, and you get bearing life. Engineers call it L10, the hours at which 90% of bearings are still running. Undersize the bearing, and that number collapses. Question 2. How fast does it run? Every bearing has a limiting speed, a maximum in revolutions per minute. Exceed it, the lubricant film breaks down, heat builds, failure follows. Ball bearings handle the highest speeds. Cylindrical roller, moderate. Tapered roller, lower. Needle, low. Thrust bearing, slowest. Smaller contact area, higher speed capability. Question 3. How hot does it get? This question is missed more often than any other. A bearing running beside a dryer or a heated roller is not the same selection as one running at room temperature. Heat makes the inner race expand faster than the outer race. Internal clearance shrinks. If you selected standard clearance, the bearing preloads itself and destroys itself. This is why clearance classes exist. CN, normal clearance, for standard temperature. C3, increased clearance, for hot running applications. C4, even greater, for extreme heat. Get this wrong on a hot machine, and no lubricant on Earth will save that bearing. Question 4. How much space do you have? Radial space, shaft to housing. Axial space, between machine faces. Tight radial space, needle bearing. Tight in both directions, thin section ball bearing. And one more question nobody asks until it is too late. Can you get it out again? A bearing pressed into a blind housing with no puller access is a bearing someone will curse you for in 3 years. Tapered bore, adapter sleeve, split housing. Plan the removal when you plan the fit. Question 5. What is it running in? Wet washdown, contact seals, and stainless steel. Dust and powder, rubber contact seals. Chemical exposure, stainless or coated bearings. Food contact, food-grade lubricant, and stainless housings. Most engineers select the bearing correctly and then choose the wrong seal for the environment. The seal fails. Contamination enters. The bearing dies. Question 6. How true is the shaft? In a perfect world, it is perfectly aligned to the housing. In a real factory, it never is. A rigid bearing cannot absorb that error. The load concentrates on one edge of the raceway. A self-aligning ball bearing or a spherical roller bearing can swivel inside its own outer ring and carry the load evenly. If your application has any angular error at all, and most do, this question decides whether your bearing lasts years or months. Those 6 questions apply to every bearing selection you will ever make. The last 2 only matter when your machine demands them. But when they matter completely. Question 7. How accurate must it run? Every bearing is made to a tolerance class. P0 is standard. P6, P5, P4, each one tighter than the last. Higher precision means less runout, less vibration, better surface finish on whatever that shaft is producing. On a printing roller or a grinding spindle, this matters enormously. On a conveyor drive, it is money wasted. Question 8. How much deflection can you accept? Every bearing deflects a small amount under load. Usually that does not matter. Sometimes it matters more than anything else. On a machine tool spindle or a precision roller, deflection becomes a dimensional error in the product. The answer is preload. Angular contact bearings fitted in matched pairs, loaded against each other. 8 questions. What load does it carry? How fast does it run? How hot does it get? How much space do you have? What is it running in? How true is the shaft? How accurate must it run? How much deflection can you accept? Answer them in that order. Each one eliminates options. By the time you reach the last question, there is usually one correct answer left. Not 50,000, one. Selection is only half the job. Next week, installation. The 3 steps that decide whether a correctly selected bearing survives its first week or dies in the first hour. One thing before you go. If this was useful, subscribe. This channel is still small, and every subscriber genuinely helps it grow. You will also get the rest of this series as it comes out. And tell me in the comments, which of these 8 questions has caught you out before? I read every one. Episode 5, next week.